Hi guys, welcome to this video. I'm fruitythreads. I will be guiding you through what I have been making through the whole month. Okay, for this video I'm going to make sure that everything I've made is actually finished. If it needs a lining, hopefully that's not part of it because I'm going to make a few bags. But I'm going to make sure the ends are weaved in. That means it's actually finished. I do like to finish a project and leave the ends till last, and I don't finish the project because of that. Okay, so to start this video I am going to show you what I've made over the past couple of days because it is the 14th of July. I didn't think to make this video until today because I was hoping to make a few items for a market that I'm going to be doing in October. It's a long time yet, but I wanted to get a bit more prepared because I was hoping to make a few big items and a few little items, quite a few more stuff that I've already got. I will show you what I've made and what I've used and if there's a pattern for it, and I'll link it all in the comments. So we'll see what I can make and I'll keep you posted through the whole month, see how much I can actually make. It'll be quite interesting because I did the video on how much yarn I could use and I was quite shocked at how much I actually use. So I'm hoping to actually finish a few projects and start a few projects. So here we go. So on the 3rd of July I used a pattern for a crossbody bag from Pink Sheep Designs. I used some Nico super chunky in colour 3. So I've got enough to make another one because I really liked making this, and I will show you what I made. So I made this for myself. I've been wanting to make this for a while, although it does need a lining. I realised after I made it that I think they do need a bit of lining for a bit more stability. And oh my gosh, I've got to end. I thought I'd woven in. Oh dear. But anyway, that's one thing I've made. What do you guys think? I do pretty like them. I could do with making some with some zips and probably a pocket, but that is for the future, I think. On the 4th of July I wanted a little bit of a mindless crochet project to do that didn't take long because I'd got the day off and I thought pretty nice to make something that doesn't take too long. So I found a tutorial from Crafting the Cuppa of a Pathways top, and I really quite like making it, so I'm gonna try and make another one in the future, but maybe add some sleeves for a winter autumny feel. I will see how I get on with that. But to make this top I used this Nico fruit salad, absolutely gorgeous yarn. This is number 2. I thought it worked out pretty nice. So this is the top I made. I added a little bit of frill to the neck because I thought the frill at the bottom and the sleeves, I thought it was missing something on the neck. But I really did like that. It was very easy tutorial to watch and follow, and I really enjoyed making it. It was quite mindless crochet. So thank you Crafting the Cuppa for that. I like to make some more in the future. So on the 10th of July I thought I'd make another one of those crossbody bags, but I wanted to make a little bit smaller because I'd got some zips that I've ordered, so I measured it against the zip, so I've made a smaller version. This is exactly the same yarn as before, the Nico chunky, and I'm going to put a lining in, but I do like this, how the size is. There's a lot more smaller, so that's another thing I made. We're not doing too bad. Yet again I made another crossbody bag on the 11th of July, but I used some different yarn. I thought it was super chunky, but it wasn't. It was still chunky, but I used this pebble chunky yarn, and I wasn't sure really I was going to go. I'd used this DK pear in Pato to go along with it to hopefully make it a bit more chunkier so it didn't stretch it, and I'm not sure really. I quite like the way it's worked up, but I had to take apart the strap because it was too long once it was made after a little bit of weight. So once I've added a lining in, I'm hoping it works. So this is what we made. I think it worked up pretty nice. The blues and the green was really nice. So the actual pebble chunky yarn didn't end up working as a hexacard. It turned into a bag. So that's one more project I made. We're not doing too bad. Hoping to make another chunky bag because I've ordered another knit coat in a different colour. So we'll see how that turns out. Okay, so I've wanted to make a few hexacardis ready, and I've been eyeing this knit coat in my stash for a while, and I thought it'd be really nice to make one out of this, and it really did turn out pretty nice. This is a colour 4 and it's Aran weight. So we'll show you how it looked. I made an oversized hexie, and it did work up pretty fabulous. What do you guys think? I really do like these colours. Gives me like bright fall vibes. So we'll see what happens. I've ordered a few more ombre Aran yarns to make a few hexacardis ready for the market. I don't want to make too many hexacardis and things because I'm not sure big items will go. I have started to make a hoodie in a Renata yarn, so hopefully I'll have finished that in a couple of when I get the yarn. So we'll see how we get on through the rest of the month. Hi guys, so it's Sunday the 19th. Yesterday I managed to finish this cardie, and today I finished this hoodie. I used the pattern from the Wizarding Wardrobe, and I used Kelsey's idea of tutorial for the hood because the hood just seemed too big when I made it, because I'd made it with really chunky yarn. So that's one finished. And today I made this over the shoulder bag from Pink Sheep Designs. So I'm not doing too bad, I don't think. I've made quite a few large projects over this month. So let's see how much more I can do. Got another week yet. Right, so it is Saturday the 25th. I will show you what I've made for this week. I've not done too bad really for what I've made. I made some big projects. So first I finished this bag on the Wednesday. Awesome. Pattern by Pink Sheep Designs, and I used some Knitco Super Chunky for the bag. Awesome. So I've also made these two hexacardis. I finished them today. It's been a work in progress. So I used some ombre in Knitco. I made some oversized hexacardis. So that's one. So I've also made this hexacardi, which I finished today also. Only needed to do a bit of the sleeve and the ribbon, so that's why I managed to do two in one day, otherwise that's just stupid. don't know who can manage to make 2 hex carders in a day. Okay everybody, I'm back. It is Friday the 31st of July. It's going to be the last day of what I've made this month, and it's been a crazy week. I'm so glad I didn't do it every day because, well, I think I might have got a little bit overwhelmed with what I did every day. So I've had the week off work, so I've been able to do a little bit more than I usually would have done. So I've really done quite well this week. So I'll show you what I've made. Oh my gosh, I've dropping them all. So I managed to make 3 big projects this week. So this is the first item I made for this week. I used Aran Fantasy Knitco to make this. So this is the Crop Whiz. I just made it a normal top with no hood for this one. I was going to make 4 hoodies, but I have changed my mind on a lot of them. So that's what first one. I've missed an end. I thought I'd sewn them all in. Oh my gosh. Oh well. That's one. This is the second one. I put a hood on this one. I used the Aran stripes for this one. I think it was Knitco, wasn't it? Yeah. The Knitco Aran stripes. That's how much I've got left of it. So it didn't take much because it's a cropped hoodie, and I managed to make the hood for it. So out of the 400 grams, I think I might have only used 300 for it. So that's quite good going really, isn't it? Oh, so that's 2. And my next one, instead of making a hoodie, I actually just made an open cardie. Same arms, and I added a hood. I tried to use the pattern for the hood on that comes with the top, and I did struggle. I made it before with the hood, one of the ones I made before, but it just felt so huge. So I used Passionate Kelsey's idea tutorial for the hood and did it that way. So that was pretty easy. I think I've used her tutorial a few times for the hood, and it's worked out pretty nice. So I used the Aran stripes on this one also. Very good. So that was 3 huge projects, but it's not all. I managed to make a few more things this week. Like I say, it's been quite an eventful week because I've been off work, so I managed to do a few more items than I would have done. So I managed to make a couple of beanies, a couple of cat hats, and a bag. So this is the first beanie. I used Pato's Chunky for this. So that's one. But I'm not sure whether to add ears on it or not. It looks a little bit, I'm undecided. I was going to add some bunny ears to them. What do you think? I'm not entirely sure what pattern I used for this, but it's the same yarn, and I made the cat hat. I made this one. I finished these 2 today. This is Pato as well. I used a green, and I'm not sure which the colour was. And also this one. And I also made a Japanese knot bag. Oh, it didn't really take too long, but Oh, it's hard on my hands. I used some cotton, I think it was, I honestly can't remember what cotton it was. Craft, I think it was, some kind of cotton. Yeah, I'll be making a few more to sell on my store. I've got a few more of the balls, so that's what I'll be doing. So it's been kind of crazy. I can't believe how much I got done this week. And through the whole month, it's been a bit crazy. I can't remember what I've made, because obviously videoing every day, so I found out what I've actually made this month, and we'll have a recap and a count of how much I've. So one of the items was the next cardie, granny square cardie I did. That's one. 3 hexacardies. 4 crossbody bags. 2 hoodies. This other hoodie. This crop whiz top. 1 Japanese knot bag. 2 beanies. And 2 cat hats. Wow. So that is a lot, a really lot. I've just found 2 more things I made. There was a pathways top, and I made an extra bag. Wow, crazy month, absolutely crazy month. So I've managed to make 19 items. That is crazy. All in all, I didn't really have a plan, but I did hope to make some of my big items for my store, and I've managed to do that. So all I've really got to make now is a few small items, and I think I might be nearly there. How many items did you actually think I was going to make? Did I do more than you thought, or did you think I was going to actually make more? Because I honestly thought I was going to make less. But I'm quite proud that I've managed to do that this month. So it took a lot of stress off me for the following couple of months. It's not the best day to be filming. It's absolutely red up here, so I'm gonna end this video here. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. It's been a little bit crazy, and I'm so glad I didn't do a vlog every day, because I think I would have really been overwhelmed. And to actually see how much I made through the whole month after the fact was a little bit, wow, crazy. I did quite well to say how much time I actually have some days to do crochet. But like I say, the past week I actually had off, so I was able to do quite a lot of crochet and finished some big items. So that is absolutely brilliant. Yeah, it's been a bit eye-opening to see how much I can actually get done if I knuckle down. So hopefully it'd be nice if I can actually use some more yarn. But anyway, might help if I stop buying it, but that's another story. If you enjoyed this video, if you want to like and subscribe and see more content from me, and send me a comment and see what else you'd like me to get up to. Obviously probably not buying too much yarn in the future, because it's very costly and I've got no room to store it, so it'd be nice to actually make some things with my yarn I've got. Yes, what would you like me to make in the future? So you can catch me on my Instagram and Facebook as fruitythreads. Also, I've got my Etsy shop that is up and running, although I have put more effort into my market that I'll be doing in October, so that I won't be putting much else on there until after that. And if it goes well, hopefully I might be able to do more markets in the future. That'd be pretty interesting, because obviously this is going to be my first one and I'm pretty nervous, but we'll see how it goes. But anyway, I'm going to leave you here for now. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time. Bye.